Hey everybody. So we've had a lot of people ask us, what our typical breakdown process looks like, when we're moving, what does the RV look like. So we're packing up today. We're headed to Memphis. We'll be there for a little bit, but because it's such a long drive, not necessarily from Texas to Memphis, with two kids under the age of 4, we're going to break that trip up into 2 or 3 days, especially not knowing what's going on with the bridge, Memphis Bridge, and any issues we might run into with that. So I'm sure Kristen will do some sort of walkthrough later on what our house looks like when it's put together. But just to sort of show you guys what it looks like when we break it down and pull everything apart. So anything decorative, typically we have decorative stuff up here. That stuff all has to come down so it doesn't fall. Putting up a lot of the kitchen appliances, typically we have like salt and pepper out right here, putting that type of stuff up. Making sure nothing inside the refrigerator is open or could fall over. They have good little latches, you can hear that, so everything stays closed. Just making sure that when we open it, things don't fall out. This entire side of the room comes in to about here in the middle of the floor. So I think this calendar is pretty good, but making sure that there's nothing on the walls. If you haven't heard our story yet, we actually ripped our door off the hinges here because we left it open the first time we closed this, and so the slide ripped it right off. We've got some bungee cords around things like chairs to keep them in place on the slide while we move. Making sure our TV here sort of locks in place. We have brackets or a brace on it so that it doesn't come open while we're moving past the slide. It's really important to make sure that you're vacuuming or sweeping. We have a built-in vacuum in our RV, so we use that. But you don't want rocks that are hidden underneath the slides or anything like that that could scratch your entire floor as you open and close those. Typically our trash can stuff's over here, so making sure that we're moving it all out of the way of the slides. Sorry for our junk room / office. Typically most of the stuff is over here in this corner underneath this desk that opens up. So taking down things like monitors and computers, so that when we move, none of that stuff falls over. Typically I have an assortment of beverages that sort of display here, so pulling those down. The kids' room, these slides here will pretty much open all the way or close all the way to flush to it. So make sure nothing's in the floor. Picking up things off any countertops, making sure nothing is going to block that. Typically we put a lot of this stuff here more in like the living room area, stack them up on here or on the sofa, but since we're going to be moving for a couple of days, and I don't think we're probably going to pull the slides and stuff out, we're making sure that we have all this stuff will be over here, and we've got a place where we can spend some time at night between moving, since we're probably not going to open up all of our slides. Nothing really changes in the bathroom except for decorative stuff. Typically we have decorative stuff here and up here. This room doesn't move, so there's no slides or anything to be concerned with. In here, decorative stuff where applicable. We got things, purses, hats, things like that typically hang on all these hooks here. We have a plant that hangs here. So pulling all those types of things in, because this bed will pull all the way up to the dresser. And making sure that we're latching all of our doors. You'll see we have a little latch here so our doors don't slide back and forth and break. Got one on here on the bathroom as well, and there's one to the door in my office. So that's typically it. I think now we're safe to sort of bring everything in, and we'll see what that looks like. So starting, this one's coming in, you can see. And it's going to jump over to this one so you can see how these bedrooms are coming in, slowly and surely. And the office comes in at the same time as this one. You just can't see it from here. As you can see, it pulls pretty much all the way straight up. Back into the bedroom is finally finishing. And then the whole living room sort of pulls in. So it comes by that TV. And really just sort of comes flush straight in. So typically, again, you know, here in the bedroom, we can come in here and crash for the night. No big issues. Nothing changes in the bathroom. The living room, you know, makes it a little bit tight. Obviously, we're not going to be watching TV, but I think the plan tonight is we're not even going to unhook from the truck. We're just going to come in. The place we're staying has a swimming pool. Going to swim, go to bed, and then, you know, not really a lot of room to get in and get anything from here. So hopefully you got everything before you need to. But this is sort of what it looks like when it's all closed up and getting ready to hit the road.